all people with the same brush. Everybody's different, even people within the same organisation. There's going to be a plurality of different views. There's positives and negatives. And I think what would help is for those positives to be emphasised. I don't think they're emphasised enough. Lots of my friends who are atheists presume that church is all about sitting around a table and talking about preventing gay rights or women's rights or whatever. There's a perception among some atheists that that's all the church does. They don't actually know that they do good things. They do go out there and help people with charity and things like that. An example, just on the weekend I happened to watch a film called Milk, which is about the life of Harvey Milk, who was a politician in America, the first openly gay politician who stood up for gay rights. And the main antagonist in the film was a woman called Anita Bryant, who went round America supporting referendums in various American states to try and give schools the right to sack people just for being gay. And she used her religion to back up that point of view. And it's just so sinister when you see someone like that doing something that I would hope most people would consider to be a bad thing. And so having experienced all these different things from school, watching various people on Newsnight giving this perspective and that other perspective, I think there's a few observations you can make that I'll finish on. The first of those, I think, because the Christian message is essentially good, it's extra important that that message is tailored properly to its audience. When I was a kid at school, the comedian who came to speak was fantastic. If we'd have had him every week, if he'd have been made Pope, that'd be even better. But he was really inspirational to young people there, and he tailored his message perfectly. So we understood the stories, and it was conveyed to us in a way that was really effective. Contrast that with carol services, or being made to pray before lunch every day, which actually made us resent it rather than want to embrace it. I think the second observation is that I think, given how many people there are that want to use their religious faith for a sinister agenda, I think it's extra important that those with real Christian values, who believe in loving thy neighbour and in helping the poor, I think those people need to be more vocal. I think that needs to really be put on the pedestal more often, that is something good that this organisation is involved in, and people who don't necessarily witness that would benefit from seeing that. And I think it would be good to for all sides in that. And the final observation I think that would help would be just to make yourselves more relevant. For people like me, a young person, and I'll probably say some things here that people won't necessarily agree with. I've mentioned the issue of gay rights up until now. It's completely uncontroversial in my age group. We're all in support of it. And when we see people going on about that, we saw the whole women bishops debate, it made religion to people like me seem completely irrelevant to our lives. It's not something that we can relate to. It's not something that matters to us. And I think in this age today, when we have an increase in poverty, in particular, if you read the JEP, they've done a few articles recently about the people applying for food parcels, for example. That's something that is on the rise at the moment. This austerity, which I think is completely unnecessary from my political perspective. I think that that is an issue that really should be latched onto by all sorts of groups, including the church, and using teachings from people like Jesus and other prophets to really get behind that, because that is something that's completely unnecessary, is making the world a worse place. It doesn't have to be so, and if you do that, you'll be much more relevant to people's lives. So that's what I've got to say. Thank you very much.